All right, welcome back. You're watching Newsx. My name is Vineet. Well, the Prime Minister today gave a 97-minute speech in Rajya Sabha. From the trade deals to the Gaddar jibe to Mamata Banerjee going to the Supreme Court over SIR to Congress's policies, the Prime Minister addressed several issues in detail. And this comes after the Prime Minister's speech in Lok Sabha was blocked, allegedly, by Congress MPs, which, as per the Speaker, had planned to do something unprecedented. Rahul responded to Prime Minister's speech and claimed that he is scared of questions. The Prime Minister is scared of questions, according to Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister's speech comes as a response to opposition's disruptions in Parliament in the past 2 days. We'll get some perspective on this from our guest. Joining us on the show at this point in time is Mr. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator. Mr. R.P. Singh, BJP spokesperson, is also with us on the program. Mr. Nikhil Jain, political analyst, joins us on the show. And last but by no means the least, Mr. Brijesh Kalappa, Congress spokesperson, also with us on the program. All right, Nikhil, I'll begin with you. Obviously, the Prime Minister made a number of remarks today. He spoke about Rahul Gandhi, he spoke about Mamata Banerjee, he also spoke about what the Congress did not do for the nation. He also mentioned what the BJP has done for the nation. And he also pointed out to a number of factual data, which of course talks about the growth that has happened in the last decade or so. He spoke about taking 25 crore people out of poverty. He spoke about crores of people finding pakka homes. And of course, in between of all of that, he also managed to, in fact, make fun of Rahul Gandhi as well. What did you think of the Prime Minister's speech today? It was one of his longest. Do you think that it has answered a number of questions that the Congress party has been hoping that the Prime Minister would?
Vineet, absolutely not. That the Congress party and the opposition wanted the Prime Minister to answer on the revelations that have come out with the published Caravan article concerning the memoir written by General Naravane, where he said that I was making frantic calls to the government to ask them what to do when Chinese tanks were approaching, and for 2.5 hours I did not receive a response. The Prime Minister did not answer on that. And honestly, as an observer of politics, as a citizen of this country, I'm tired of this rhetoric by a person who's been the Prime Minister of the country for the last 12 years together. Like, continuously, he's been the Prime Minister of the country for the last 12 years, and he just keeps on harping about things that happened 5 decades ago, 6 decades ago. And I really don't understand this idea of blaming everything wrong that is with the country today or in the past on your predecessors. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was also a BJP Prime Minister. Morarji Desai was also an anti-Congress Prime Minister. I don't remember any of them making the kind of jibes against their predecessors like this Prime Minister does. And I feel that is absolutely, that's a very sorry trend to just say that मैं तो इनकी सिर्फ गलतियां ही सुधारता परेशान हो गया हूं. आप इन्हीं की गलतियों को रीनेम करते रहते हैं. You rename the Manrega scheme into G. You go and inaugurate the Chenab railway, which started during the UPA era, and a whole bunch of other schemes. These are just 2 projects that I'm highlighting. And so far as the figures are concerned, let's look at the figures. The forex reserves when the country got independent were $2 billion. By 2004, they were $113 billion. By 2014, they were $300 billion. And by 2024, they were $640 billion. The GDP of the country, I'm sorry, I don't have the figures for at the time of independence, but in 2004, the GDP figures were $700 billion. In 2014, they were $2 trillion. And in 2024, they were $4 trillion. India is a growing, developing country. Every prime minister has had a contribution. The track record of the UPA government is better than the Modi government so far as the figures are concerned, whether it is GDP per capita, GDP nominal, or forex reserves, GDP growth rate, or a bunch of other factors. So far as the multidimensional index of poverty is concerned, there are serious questions being raised by various scholars, including people who've been advisors under the Modi government on what sort of metrics is the multidimensional poverty index targeting at. So far as the data that comes out under this government is concerned, again, former advisors of this very own government like ex-CEA Subramaniam, Mr. Arvind Subramaniam, and a bunch of other organizations, including the IMF, have rated the Indian government data at grade C because the data is not transparent. The Prime Minister is not transparent. The Prime Minister is not accountable. And to create this entire boogie that I was not allowed to speak, who was stopping you from speaking? You never came to the parliament and you just alleged that I had some information that opposition and members will physically attack me. That is absurd.
All right, let's get a response from Mr. R.P. Singh as well. Mr. R.P. Singh, how do you respond to what Nikhil has said? You were also a part of that Ravneet Bittu press conference where the BJP, of course, alleges that Rahul Gandhi insulted Sikhs when he made that comment towards Mr. Bittu.
Well, I'll come to that after my first opening remarks, that is the multi-dimensional poverty data. I mean, this is not being provided by us. This is being quoted by IMF. And then you don't even have, I can't help you for that regard. But yes, 25 crore people have been uplifted from the poverty line to the out of the poverty line. And also, I mean, there is a big list how things have shaped. I mean, there used to be total overall economic paralysis. There used to be total total paralysis in the system. Now, today, the things are moving ahead. I mean, today things are going ahead, and then it's not that it's the only the GDP data. It's otherwise also the overall growth of the country is such that it has taken all set of people within the frame of the growth, whether it is the poorest or whether the middle class or whether it is rich. Everyone is on the same trajectory today. Today, more than 55 crore people get the benefit of the Ayushman Bharat. Today, as Prime Minister said, 4 crore people have been given the roof on the head. So these are the parameters which are actual parameters for poorest of poorest. But as Nikhil Jain, he supports Congress party and he is Congress spokesperson or Congress worker also. Although here he is as an independent analyst. But fact is, Nikhil, we remember our economy was among the 5 fragile economies. And today it is not. It is among the most robust economy in the world. And then every world organization is looking toward India, and that's why they have signed trade deals after trade deals. 9 trade deals have been signed. I've been told the 10th one is also coming, is on the anvil with the Gulf countries now. And then that's how the things have changed. Now coming to Ravneet Singh Bittu, well, I can't help, no one can help Congress party. They have a special hatred for Sikhs, and that's the reason that what happened. He said, "Traitor, oh my friend, oh my friend, traitor friend." So traitor is Deshdrohi in Hindi, and a person who betrays his country is called traitor. I mean, I don't know under what parameter Ravneet Singh Bittu is a traitor for the country. Traitor is one who signed an agreement with MOU with Communist Party of China, and then has never made it public. Traitor is one who got whose NGO got money. The Rajiv Gandhi Foundation got money from the Chinese embassy, and then no one knows where the money was spent. So traitor is one who goes abroad and says to a Sikh child that, oh, you are treated as a second-class citizen in this country, and then you can't wear a turban, you can't wear a kara, you can't wear a karpan, or you can't go to Gurdwara. That's what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said when he was abroad to a Sikh child. These are the symptoms of traitors. I mean, who is betraying their country? But they have a special hatred for Sikhs, and that's the reason that this keep popping up again and again. I'll give you one more example. Rahul Gandhi's advisor, Sam Pradoda, for 84 carnage, he said, "Hua to hua," and Rahul Gandhi never stopped him, never criticized him. Also, these characters are always welcomed by Rahul Gandhi and others in the party, and he's given the red carpet. A man who is accused of butchering Sikhs, I'm saying so. And who is traitor? Traitor is one who ensured that 3,600 are being butchered in Delhi. And it was his father who instigated all that violence when he said, "Jab bada pet girta hai to dharti hilti hai." So, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and his party has a hatred for the Sikhs, and so did Indira Gandhi, who did Operation Blue Star, although there were options that time that it could have been, there was option of Operation Black Thunder also, but she went for Operation Blue Star because she wanted to prove her that she is very mighty and she wanted to win elections for that regard. Although the sad incident happened where she got trapped into her own web and she died in that process. I mean, but fact is that he also has a hatred for the Sikhs. Rajiv Gandhi has a hatred for the Sikhs. So do Rahul Gandhi. There's a DNA of hatred for the Sikhs.
Okay, fair enough, sir. You made your point. Let me rope in Mr. Kalappa as well. And Nikhil, you're right about the consultation of the IMF committee, which retained India's data at C grade. But the same IMF also went on to say, Mr. Kalappa, that India is the fastest growing major economy. And it is slated to grow at 7.3% in 2026. It's a top global driver, second largest contributor to global real GDP growth in 2026 at 17%, surpassing the United States at 9.9% and China, which is the only country above at 26.6%. This is the same data that the IMF published, and in the same report which it also mentioned that of course the data could be better, but similar data has also been used by the UPA when they were in power. How do you respond?
See, the first thing I'd like to say is, as far as the data is concerned, the manner of computing the GDP has been totally changed after Mr. Modi assumed office, and that was to show his own government in better light. Otherwise, the GDP, as every economist of some eminence knows, is hovering around 4.5 to 5%. So therefore, I think as far as the GDP is concerned and the data concerning this, the IMF has already spoken about the fact that it is highly suspicious. The first thing. Second thing is, I think when the Prime Minister speaks, and there were allegations made directly against him in General Naravane's book. And I think any Prime Minister with a sense of responsibility would have addressed that issue, because the charge against him is extremely serious. Here is a Prime Minister in 2020 when the Chinese tanks are coming into Indian territory, and the Lieutenant General in command speaks to the COAs and asks for what to do, and the COAs then speaks to people like the Raksha Mantri and so on and so forth. There is no answer forthcoming, right? And the COAs receives a very terse response, particularly when tanks have come to almost 500 meters, saying that jo aap uchit samjho wo karo. I think this is the very important element of this is, where is the political leadership that has been exhibited by the Prime Minister? I think this is a very key question, which I think not just us here on the panel, but I think the viewers must also answer. Question is that we are a democracy. In a democracy, a general can't be allowed to decide the state of how the relationship between two countries is going to be dealt with. So I think as far as this is concerned, this one issue is concerned, certainly it's amply clear that the Prime Minister has abdicated his responsibility. One. Two, second important part is...
One second, sir. Let him finish, sir.
He has abdicated his responsibility. Now here's a book written by a former COAs. And the response of government is, no, sorry, it's not published. Why are you not allowing it to be published? Who's stopping it from being published? That's the question everybody wants to know. Because when the book comes out, we can read for ourselves. You have been making jokes.
All right.
You have been making jokes about Pandit Nehru. You must remember in 1962, it was just 12 years after Republic was formed. Here we are 70 years thereafter.
All right, fair enough. Mr. Kalappa. All right, let Mr. RP Singh respond to you, and then we'll quickly go to Sumit Peer as well. Mr. RP Singh, quickly, sir. 30 seconds, sir.
Well, where is that book he's talking about? And then there's a report of Henderson Brook and another general. They together brought a report on 1962. They're still not published. I mean, it's still a classified document. There are documents which need to be classified. There are documents which need to be opened. And also, you're talking about Karma, a Karma magazine which said that army is committing atrocities in Kashmir, and an article on that. Later on, the press council has to reprimand them on that, had to send a letter to them saying that how can you write such an article? I mean, you're talking about Karma, I mean, who has no credibility, the magazine has no credibility, and on a book which has not been still published. You are trying to raise a question on that. But let's talk about the published book also. There's a book by General J.J. Singh. I'm talking by General J.J. Singh. I'm not talking about what has been mentioned by our friend in the parliament. I'm talking
about General BJP candidate from Amritsar.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Quickly, sir. I have to get Sumit in as well.
He was made governor by Congress Party for Arunachal Pradesh also. Okay. So anyhow, sir,
there are several traitors.
Mr. Kalappa, hold on. You have शीशा देखते हुए डर क्यों लगता है आपको? Why are you so worried about seeing your face in the mirror?
Let him finish.
The fact is that he wrote. He wrote in the book. No, I'm talking about Mr. Not in Kalappa in person. I'm talking about the Congress Party. He wrote in his book that there was a political pressure to give away Saikin. And who was people who were managing politics? Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh. I mean, this in the book in the General and the Soldier General. So if that is the state of affairs, I mean, this They should face it then.
Okay, sir.
I mean,
Okay.
there is lot to
Okay,
discuss
okay,
for
sir.
many other books also.
Okay, sir. Let me quickly get Sumit into this conversation as well. Sumit, how do you see this? This obviously, the COA has made some allegations, about what happened on that fateful day. But on the opposite side, we also have the example of Operation Sindoor, right?
Vineet, thank you for having me on show. Allow me a minute more because this needs to be addressed very diligently. First of all, we have all the respect for General Narwani, whatever he has written in his memoir, or allegedly a book which will come up. And so what does he say? He says that there is an agreement with China. We are not supposed to open fire. We have taken the Kailash Ridge, understand the sequence of things. Now, Chinese light tanks have started coming up. I'm calling Delhi to ask you what to do. And what does he get the answer from Delhi? Aapko jo uchit lagta, aap kariye. Exactly that is what the answer should be given. Because I'll tell you why. Nikhil, keep your hand down. Keep your hand down. I'll answer you exactly what should. Because you think Prime Minister is a tactical commander. Prime Minister is sitting on the Kailash range and he will tell you, Goli chalao ya nahi chalao. What will Prime Minister do? Prime Minister says, do what you say you are supposed to do. You are the COS. You are the head of the army. You take whatever action is necessary and mandated, go and do it. Did Prime Minister say, do not open the fire? Did Prime Minister say, go and respect the agreement? Did he say, we have an agreement with China? No, he did not say that. He exactly said that. It is like what a strategic leader should do. You trust your chain of command. You trust the professionals below you. You trust the professionals to deliver. And this is exactly what was said in Operation Sindoor. Army was given free hand, go and deliver a decisive blow to Pakistan. They did. And what General Narwani did, that was also right. He got his tanks positioned. Chinese saw the tanks and they chickened out. Now, if that is the situation that happened, now where does Prime Minister in any way say, do not interfere, do not intervene, do not fire a shot? He told the commanders, do whatever he said, what you have to supposed to do. And exactly he told the same thing to the same set of commanders, to the same army when they did Operation Sindoor. You know the result is there. Why did Chinese chicken out? Why did Chinese tanks go up? Because they know that India is going to open the face of it. And let me take you back to the Congress era. When we gave out accusations, when Pandit Nehru was asked what happened, he said, oh, not even a blade of grass grows there. So it's okay to give that. Now you have a big desert here. There's still not a blade of grass which grows on half of Rajasthan.
All right.
Should I give half of Rajasthan?
Right. Sumit, unfortunately, yeah, all right. Tempers are flaring. People have been able to put their point forth. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, gentlemen. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. The session is still on. We'll get many more opportunities to debate and discuss what's going to come in the Parliament. Well, with that, let's take a look.